Good evening, masculine enjoyers. I hope you're doing right, because it's time for the abnormal builders. Now, first of all, you're probably wondering, what's an abnormal skin? Well, I'll explain. If you were to look in the description of this video right now, you know, the very video that you're watching, well, hello, how you doing? Look in the description, you'll see two videos are listed. The first video is a short video, which basically explains everything within a general gist. It's a short video, 60 seconds long, but it'll explain roughly what goes on in regards to abnormal skins. But if you want to get a bit more of an understanding, look at the video below that. It's 20 minutes long, but it'll go much more in depth in explaining how to identify an abnormal skin, why do we chase after them. Well, in short, basically profit. Yes, if we could be one of the fastest people to put down a buy order when these abnormals appear, well, as time goes on, we'll be the ones who pick up these skins for a much cheaper price, or the cheap listings that appear, and we'll sell them for the proper price, and therefore make some sweet, delicious looking profits. That's the whole idea. That's the general gist. And that's why we're here every single week, because it's good profit. It works, and it's great. Right, so today, out of this very cool looking Rust store, we have 7 abnormals to chase after. We've got the likes of Legacy Kevlar, we've got the likes of the Black Gold L96, Hardsuit Jacket, Cursed Poncho, Pirate Large Box, and the Chameleon Custom SMG. Now, we're going to go ahead, try and figure out a decent price to offer for all of them, and then when we're done with that, we'll discuss the regular skins. There's only 3 of them here, but there might be a reasonable amount of things to discuss with them. We'll talk about those afterwards, and then we'll talk about what we could potentially expect with tomorrow in regards to what potential skins could be picked. Now, we do know tomorrow is Trust and Rust. 4 skins have already been selected, and we will show those off a little bit later. But for now, shall we jump in, figure out the prices of what we might want to offer these abnormal skins, and then, yeah, we'll be a whole lot more happy, I'm sure. Let's begin. Legacy Kevlar hoodie and pants. After a week, well, about a week, they've done just under 50,000 sales. Now, I was expecting higher. But hey, at the end of the day, if they didn't sell a ridiculous amount, it's still good. But let's just make a nice little comparison here with the full set of what we have for Legacy Kevlar. And of course, with the likes of Tier 3, 66,000 bare minimum sales almost, and 56,000 here, they have sold a ridiculous amount. In theory, as time goes on with this full set, potentially Tier 3 might be the pieces that struggle. At the moment, they're doing very good. But yeah, if this whole set remains to being very in demand, all these skins should be in the positive. Now, you might think to say, but such ridiculously high numbers. Are you sure? Yeah, I am sure. Especially with the likes of Blackout still being very pricey. This is potentially going to be the go-to budget option. So take a look at the likes of Blackout skins, and what you see here, the hoodie and pants at the very least. Right now, if you were to buy both of them, $45. Well, you know what? For $4, I can buy these instead. That's a lot cheaper. But when you look at all of the Blackout collection, overall, each and every single skin is fairly pricey. It's very in demand. Loads of people always want to go back to it. Well, with the prices they currently are, riding up to, because of course it's post-Christmas, yeah, you're probably going to want to look for alternative, much more affordable options. And hey, as I've made a great fuss about, Legacy Kevlar is very likely going to be the go-to option from here on now. And even with it being just a budget option, it still can have some very good success because of that. So, with the current standing with Legacy Kevlar hoodie and pants, it is not the piece, or at least the group of skins, that has the most. It's these 2. So if this collection remains being in demand, those 2 skins right there, not only would they be a much more affordable Blackout option, but if the collection as a whole is good, that will do good as well. Will the prices of these be ridiculous? I can't really sit here and say they are, especially during the course of, the next few months. They might sit for around $3 for a while. I wouldn't be surprised by that. But hey, that's still a 50% profit there. That's cool, that's fine. But what could potentially give it an immediate great start? If we get new clothing and armor pieces immediately, much like what happened with the kilt last week. Because with the kilt last week, we had a big fuss about that. Please don't forget about what happened. We did our abnormal buy orders. Prices went all the way up to $2.50, the price it sold from the Rust store. I basically said last week, guys, this is looking too good. It's looking very in demand. Just go buy some. I did. I bought $2.50. It cost quite a lot. But at the end of the day, what did we see getting accepted immediately? These 2 pieces. So when these 2 appeared, well, at the moment, this is currently listed at $5.58. But literally last week, with the rotation back on Thursday, you can see it went all the way up to about $15 at one point. I was there. I was looking at it all go down. It was ridiculous. But of course, once it hit midnight, more people were able to list theirs, and well, you can see it drop off. But gradually over time, it's been increasing. It's been going up. Now it went down a fair bit. Now it's starting to go back up again. So the current point where we're at is it's so in demand. even when it has almost 500 listings, it's still selling at a much better price. So in the lead up to what could potentially be the future for the hoodie and pants, I feel comfortable that they're going to be doing good. Now, if I use my Steam inventory helper extension, I can see even more listings, and we'll kind of get a good idea of how things are standing with this, for example, because you see a 10 there, an 11 there, a 10 there, 12, 17, 14, 12, 41. You got some bigger, fatter stocks there. But if you scroll down, you'll realise there's like nothing in between, up to $10. And look at how many skins are listed above $10. A significant portion of the stock that you see. So, yet again, if you were to see this like a normal person, you just see that and you'd think, oh no, that's too much, it's going to struggle. No, not really. It seems fairly well spread out. Now, if we were to see a new piece of clothing and armour potentially being accepted, I don't know, tomorrow, well, what might potentially happen to this all over again? It might spike in price. And now this is where I bring up the likes of the recent skins that were submitted. So if I quickly hop over to here, literally just yesterday I put out my newest Rust Workshop skin checks, of course. I'm sure many of you are well aware that every single week I'll take a look at all of the newest Rust Workshop skin submissions. I will produce a list of skins, so the collection which you can see right here in the description. And with the likes of my video, I always have chapters so you can skip ahead to specific portions. And lo and behold, Legacy Kevlar road sign gloves and boots were submitted. Well, we should go ahead and take a look at that, won't we? So scrolling all the way down to the bottom, we have just over to here. Where is it? There you go. Legacy Kevlar boots and gloves. So whilst this is going to have a lovely boost on the likes of the kilt, if this were to be accepted, it will damn well for sure help out the hoodie and pants like immediately. Get a good look at those lovely, ever so good-looking matte black beauties. Oh my god, yes. It's exquisite. Oh yes. And the gloves, my god, look at that. It's lovely. So yeah, essentially we're going to have a full set. And this is definitely going to help out the set. Boots and gloves do give a boost in demand and boost in price with the likes of core pieces. If it were to be another core piece, it would be better, but it's still going to help out the likes of these skins. So for the future of the kilt, for example, that's looking very good for it. All of that right there could easily get bought out. Gone. So a significant chunk gone. Suddenly it's selling for a much higher price. Well, guess what? We could very likely see something very similar happen to the likes of these two skins if we see the immediate acceptances. If it happens. But I will point this out to you. Ever since Tier 3 armour, the very second we see a new submission for a Legacy Kevlar skin, the very next possible Rust that they could be accepted, they were accepted. Happened to the kilt, happened to these, and it very likely could have happened to the boots and the gloves. So if you're feeling optimistic about that, and I am too, I'm thinking these are going to be doing pretty good pretty quickly, straight away. But again, good doesn't necessarily mean insane. It might go up, potentially double in price. If that sounds good to you, I mean, go for it. Go nuts. If you are considering buying them, at the very least, let's do our abnormal barders first. But for the prices I want to offer for both of them, I'm thinking I'm going to go all the way up to $2. Yes, this is another instance, especially for you Americans, to all of you people that have to pay an extra bit of tax to be able to buy these skins straight from the Rust store, just go put a buy order order out to the same price it sells for. Because the strength of the demand, yes, I know we did a very high amount of sales, but I still think with the demand it has, it's going to be doing A-OK. Like, both of these skins have a ridiculous amount in circulation. They're still doing good. Chestplate's still sitting above $8. Like, there's apparently 56,000 of these that are bought. At the very least, 56,000 individual people bought the skin. Don't know how many of them bought specifically, but look at it. It's all spread out. Look at it. That could rise up in price tomorrow as well. That's looking pretty good. So yeah, it's not like they're all like doomed or anything with so many sales. They're just comfortably sitting here with a fairly normal-ish amount of listings. 284 here. Well, do you know what? We'll go see how spread it out is. If you're the owner of that, I'd remove it, because if we see everything line up tomorrow, things could be so much better, and you'd miss out on some better profits. 1112, 1112, 1112, 1112. Look, more than half the stock is above $10. This is what a lot of people fail to see, because they don't have extensions to be able to see more. So overall, everything's looking pretty good. All right, it's in demand. Doesn't matter if it's sold or not. It's still in demand. Price stay good. And with that, I would sit here and say, offer between $1.60 and $2. If you want to play extra safe, I mean, well, offer $1.60 if you so wish. But overall, it looks to be perfectly fine. I am not going to be surprised in the slightest if these pop off pretty quickly, especially the likes of these. Blackout hoodie and pants is expensive. A much more affordable option would be this. Or, you know, you could go get the likes of black hoodie And you know, you could get like the pirate pantaloons, and there you go. You got an even cheaper option, but I'm guessing a lot of people would like to have at least something that looks reasonably okay. And matte black legacy Kevlar hoodie and pants definitely do look quite nice. So overall, that is looking good. And overall, will it retain its value? Very strongly. I'm very confident it will. But you never know. Will there ever be another very cool looking, affordable blackout budget option that comes out later down this year? I can't say no. I can't say no. I remember when we got Dragon Rage last year, and we thought that was cool, and we thought, oh yeah, surely we're not going to see anything else. And then Black Gold came out. Black Gold came out like a few months later. So, in short, regardless, as of now, that hoodie and pants pair is looking okay. You could consider buying some now, but at the very least, like I said, consider jumping in and do the buy order first. That is the safest option. Cool, we got it. Awesome. So let's see if we do actually get the likes of the gloves, the roadside gloves, and the boots tomorrow. But let me just say, I wouldn't be surprised in the slightest if we do. Like, with the current trend, it's to be expected. It is to be expected. There are some potential things that could compete with it, but if you understood the skins that have technically already been accepted for tomorrow's roster, it is in a very good position. I do believe we might get quite a lot of clothing and armor tomorrow, and I wonder what might sell very well and make, you know, print money for Face Punch. Maybe more of this set potentially. Cool. So we are happy with that. We are confident with that. Shall we move on? We have to talk about the likes of the Black Gold L96. So, before I proceed with all the rest of these things, I have to sit here and say, guys, out of everything here, I am literally only going to be very confident with the likes of these two skins. With it being the first roster of January 2024, we did have a very high amount of people playing, didn't we? Like, literally last week, we reached up to 190,000 people playing at the same time, 190,000 plus. And over the past weekend, we had multiple instances where we're up to about 175,000 people playing the game. In short, loads of people playing the game, loads of people in-game looking at that roster, and loads of people bought all of these skins. So whilst this has enough demand and enough interest to keep the price up, I can't verify for the rest of these skins that they're going to do just as good. In fact, I do worry for them, because the amount of people that played last week isn't going to persist throughout the rest of this year. We know during around springtime that people will disappear. They'll come back around the summertime. Yeah, for sure, 100%. But again, then you got the likes of the autumn fall seasonal dip, and last year's one was pretty bad. Okay, so you really have to take into consideration how these skins are going to behave over the course of the rest of the year. Okay? So that Black Gold L96, I know a lot of people showed appreciation to it. I know a lot of people really liked it. Okay? But even then, no, not good. Not good enough. Why? What's wrong? Basically, how often are you even using an L96? How often are you even using an L96? Well, judging by the amount of... if you go look at all the prices here, prices are usually a very good indicator for the demand. And you can basically read into gun demand, if you will, and figure out if people are using these skins enough. Because when you look at all of them, every single one, there's only one of them that's currently in the positive, and that's the blackout skin. And again, I'm not too surprised by that. That's probably the go-to option. Usually Ghost Flame is also a good shout, because of course it glows in the dark, looks very cool. Evil Snowman's always a good shout for December time. But yeah, I have to question, chat, how often are you even using an L96? Because if you're not using a gun that much, if the actual gun demand is low, then you have to question, alright, so how many people are going to actually want or desire to use skins? Because if that's low, the prices are going to be low, aren't they? It's not too hard to comprehend. So low gun demand would equal low demand to use skins, which would equal all those skins that are bought, all the people that own them are competing with each other to sell them. But if there's low demand, the prices just keep getting lower and lower and lower and lower and lower, because again, no demand equals, well, it's going to probably end up at being around $1. And I'm not joking. I'm not joking. So for a reasonable amount of time, will this do okay? Yes, I wouldn't be surprised. But when we start going through absolute bad times, and when a significant amount of people stop playing, you're going to look at that and you're going to be surprised to see that it's going to go pretty low. And I'm going to sit here and say, what price am I going to offer for you? I'm not joking when I say 80 cents to $1. Will it do better than $1 for the majority of the amount of time that we play this game? Yes, for sure. Like, this is actually going to be... This is not going to be a 70 cent to 90 cent buy order, but an 80 cent to $1. It will be doing good. It will manage to stay above $1, but offer $1, you're definitely going to pick up a lot of these, for sure, 100%. So I know it sounds very silly, but it sold far too much. A lot of people that are currently playing the game right now, yeah, sure, they bought it and they're going to use it, but when they disappear and they flog their skins on the Steam market, you're going to find a lot of them on the Steam market competing with each other to try and be sold, and the price will go down. It is very unfortunate. Now, if they made some changes to the L96, made it a whole lot more approachable to be able to get, or, a whole lot more desirable, then it would do a lot better. But from what we can tell, no, it's not going to do good. It's going to struggle. It's going to suffer. So unfortunately, that is the case for that. Right, hello. All right, so all the people who are asking questions, I'm actually recording a video portion right now. If you could hold on to them for a little bit later, I'll answer all of your questions. Don't worry, it's all good. Let's proceed. So, Hardsuit Jacket. This has done 27,000 sales. Clearly in demand, isn't it? At the current time. But there's a problem. All I have to do is show you the comparison of all the other Hardsuit skins and you'll notice the issue. There's too many of these compared to the rest of all of these. In regards to the Tier 2 armor, there's only about just barely over 10,000 sales each of these. With the boots and gloves, 17,000 sales here, 17,000 sales here, and you got likes of the hoodie and pants, around 20,000, well, at bare minimum, 17,000 sales each. Looking at the jacket, 27,000. There's too many of these. There's too many of these compared to the rest of these. That's awkward. That is bad. Now, we'll also take a look at in-game real quickly, because I have to question you. At what point are you going to be wearing this or wanting to wear this skin? Does it give you any tactical advantages? I don't know. But it's got metal over it, Hedge. It's going to protect me. Sure, whatever you say, mate. But do you understand the point I'm trying to get across here? It has sold in excess compared to the rest of its collection, so that by default is a problem. But now I ask you, what or where exactly are you going to be wanting to wear this? I'm not hating on the skin, but I am questioning it. We're looking at this with a financial perspective. We're trying to get to the bottom line and figure out, is there going to be strong demand on this forever? And I'm sorry to say, but I don't think so. And you might sit there and say, but Hedge, aren't jackets fairly rare? Well, I mean, last year, how many did we see? We got 3, didn't we? Which is low, but overall, it's not exactly something I would be worried about. Will we see another jacket at some point? I'm pretty sure. And if anything, I would probably bet that we'll probably see like a Twitch jacket skin being given away at some point with an upcoming Rust event. Wouldn't be surprised. So, yeah, I don't think that's going to hold. I do worry for that jacket. And if you were to look at cheaper options, so if we go by lowest price, what do we see? Well, you've got a whole bunch of these Twitch drops. Again, maybe we'll see another Twitch drop at some point. You already have like these default jacket skins. But then what do we see as we scroll down? I mean, we could just get a snow camo jacket. That's probably a whole lot better for us, especially in terms of camouflage compared to that. You could probably go buy yourself a nice colourful one, such as the bombing jacket. But overall, yeah, I just can't imagine it's going to be doing A-OK. I worry for it. So, unfortunately, in terms of what price we might want to offer for this, I'm probably going to suggest 70 cents to 90 cents. I know that's normally the price I'd say for a weapon skin. True, I understand. But I can't imagine. I would assume it's probably going to sit at around $1. We don't have many jacket skins selling for around $1. Skinnable ones. Ones made by skin creators. So, yeah, that's going to be my suggestion there. A little bit awkward. But yeah, I just don't think it's going to hold. So, offer less than half. It's not too hard. Cool. What's next? We have the cursed poncho. Right. So this is awkward. The poncho is $2, the bandana is $1, and the bandana for sure is a lot more in demand. Well, I have some positivity to give to you. Gentlemen, over the past weekend, we did in fact see a continuation being submitted, made by Zinc, right over here, Zinc and Gunya. We have the continuation of the Cursed collection. Right here we have the Cursed hide shirt and pants. If we do see this being accepted, it's fine. It's fine. Like, new primitive skins definitely help out the pre-existing primitive skins. And if we end up with a primitive collection, I wonder what else could be produced. Maybe a booty hat. Maybe some booties. Maybe a disco mask to pair with the likes of that cool-looking bandana or whatnot. Yeah, you get the idea. So, well, I mean, if it can fit. No, I don't think it can. Anyway, moving on. New primitive pieces definitely do be appreciated with the already existing ones. And, well, yes, I would be very confident that we will see the likes of the cursed poncho and bandana rising up in price ever so nice. But it is a question of, will it definitely happen? There are no definitives with Rust. Face Punch can be very weird with their choices in skin picks. So you might sit there and say, oh, but it might make a lot of money. True, yeah, that could. If they only cared about making some money, and I know this sounds weird, but if they only cared about making money, why would they bother with this? When instead, they could just get whiteout burlap instead. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? We know how much that would sell, wouldn't we? Oh, yes, we do. So, point I'm trying to get across to all of you is, if they only wanted to print money, that's what they would pick. Because the last whiteout skin to be accepted was Boots, and it did over 100,000 sales. Expected, but it very likely would have. Primitive whiteout. So, back over to here. With the likes of this, because it already has some skins, I could see it working out very well. But yeah, Face Punch can be very strange. We could see a nice acceptance. These have sold very well. They have sold very well. But I can't guarantee that they're definitely going to add the extra primitive skins. It would be nice to see, definitely. But I am hesitant. So for this poncho, specifically, I have to bring up some issues. How many other ponchos do we have? Quite a lot. Literally over the past 2 years, we've had a lot. Now you might sit there and say, "Oh, but it's a black poncho. That could be very good for camouflage at night time." Well, I got the pirate poncho, I got the raven poncho, I got the blackout poncho. They are cheaper. They are cheaper currently compared to the likes of that. So that immediately is a problem. Oh, and also, what did I do? I should have showcased all of these ponchos in terms of total sales. So let's go do that. Highest estimated total supply. Well, it's not the highest, but it's definitely close. All right? It's actually quite tame compared to these other ones, to be honest. I don't like the belt, though. That's the one thing. I don't like this belt. It looks really weird and out of place. I don't want to hate on the skin, but if there was one thing that I would ask to change, it would definitely be that belt. It just doesn't seem to work with me. What's your opinion? Feel free to say, but yeah, you can see that. So, in short, I need to see if those primitive the hide shirt and pants, I need to see if they do get accepted. That's when I'd feel confident in it. But at the current standing, I just am worried that they're probably going to get a pass. And like I said, if Face Punch only wanted to make profit, white out burlap, please! Because, yeah, that'd go mad. But I must point this out. MDE, the skin creator behind Whiteout Collection, well, he also makes Blackout. And in 2023, there were 2 instances of Blackout burlap skins being produced and put on the workshop. Both of them were not accepted. Face Punch knew they were there, they saw them themselves, they know it would have sold ridiculously, but they didn't accept them. Also last year we did see the likes of Forest Raiders burlap, which would have been immense. Early green camouflage, nope, weren't accepted. They saw them with their own eyes, didn't accept them. So, yeah. Who knows? So in terms of the price for this poncho, I worry for it. I don't really want to go all in. I'm going to go do the likes of maybe 80 cents to $1.10. Yeah, because if we don't get the immediate acceptance, if we don't get the immediate gratification, people will probably panic sell. And I'm very, very well aware that that's likely going to happen. And like I said, with the other options that we have, yeah, it's not special in its own way. So in terms of what I've just said to you, 80 cents to $1.10 would be what I suggest. But if we do see the likes of the cursed hide shirt and pants being accepted tomorrow, jump back in and do a stronger buy order, because they will be doing a whole lot better if we were to see that continuation happening. It's a lot of what ifs and maybes. I know, but this is Rust. This is Rust economy. It's stupid. Yes, it is, but it's very routine, and there's a lot of things to expect. So, in short, cool. Shall we move on? Pirate large box. Right, this has actually sold a very reasonable amount. 16,000? That's okay. That's not ridiculous. In terms of like the grand scheme of things, when you make comparisons to all the other large boxes, that is fine. That is cool. YouTube, I know you're asking questions. You've got to wait a bit. Let me finish this off, then I'll answer your questions. Does that sound all right? I am recording a portion for my video here. Right, so Pirate Large Box. As I look over to here, we'll just quickly do a nice comparison to all the other large box skins that exist, and I will just quickly show you that it didn't sell that much. So, look at that. We're in the upper half. But at the end of the day, it's still okay. And now I also want to show off to you with the Pirate Collection, where we're starting to branch into the likes of potentially seeing a deployable collection. We have a door, we have a large box, and what else potentially was submitted fairly recently? Well, if you were to take a look at my Rust Workshop skin checks video, or at the very least look at my collection of skins, this past weekend, what did we see being submitted? We have a Pirate Garage door. Wow. So get a good look at this. Glow in the dark, please. Yes, indeed. Yep, a glow in the dark Pirate Garage door. Nothing too crazy with that, but perfectly acceptable. If we were to see a new deployable being accepted, all the better. All the better for the pre-existing deployable skins. So let me just kind of show this off to you real quickly. That sheet metal door was just kind of there, wasn't really doing anything. Large box gets accepted, sadly in the positive. Let's go take a look and see if there's a bit of a spike in demand. Literally just last week. So I go over to here, and did we see a bit of a bump? Yes, we did. Whoop. So it wasn't insane, but you can see the bump there. That is the impact. Is that... I mean, it doesn't look that big, but it's there. Let me tell you, if we were to see another deployable being accepted, there will be a bigger one. All right? There will be a bigger one. So in regards to what I just discussed there, when we apply that to the large box, all the better for the large box to rise up in price. Very straightforward, cool looking design. This also, of course, glows in the dark. You've got the cool looking squid design on the side with the eye patch, and as I did say, it does glow in the dark. I can see it having a pretty good future ahead of it, but we do have to take into consideration how the large box skins behave during the likes of 2023. So we'll just quickly go over to here, get a good look at everything, because technically speaking, right now should be the best time to sell your skins. I know post-Christmas this year has not been very good. But if you take a look at all of these skins, do you notice how we don't really have that many of them in the positive? Out of, let's see here, how many skins? 19 skins. Not all of them were marketable, but we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Only 5 of them are in the positive. You have, oh, and tempered, so 6. Sorry, I didn't know she tempered. Sorry. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 in the negative. All right? There is a bit of a contrast there. It would lead me to believe that there's a more likely case that this is going to go down in price. However, as I pointed out, Y9J is very successful. What do you mean, Hedge? Well, look at that. Over the past 2 years, he's had a lot of acceptances. 2 collections, and Luna, so 3, I guess. But yeah, he has been considerably successful, yes. And I wouldn't be surprised if we see more. We got to point this out. For the first Rust Draw of 2024, Y9J got 2 pirate skins accepted. 2. Facepunch clearly likes it. Facepunch clearly appreciates it. And I'm pretty sure they're going to appreciate more skins being made and potentially wanting to accept them as well. So if we keep seeing more deployable, all the better for the large pirate large box. I said that wrong, sorry. Okay, so price. What price might we want to offer for that? Well, I would sit here and say, just to be extra safe, you could offer half the price that it currently is. So I'd say between $1.20 and I think we could push all the way up to about maybe $1.80. So $1.20 to $1.80 is the price I'm going to put down. Will this go below its Rust Draw price? I get the feeling it very likely will. I get the feeling it very likely will go below its Rust Draw price. But as I've said, Y9J has been very successful in getting more of his skins accepted. So at some point, during the likes of this month, January time, I'm pretty sure we very likely could see that garage door being accepted. And all the better for our potential brand new Pirate Deployable collection, if it does get to that point. But it's in a good spot for it. So a reasonable price to offer can lead to a very good profit potentially. We have understood that. So does that sound comfortable, people? Right, let's move on. The final abnormal skin to talk about, Chameleon Custom SMG. By default, I know this will go below its Rust Draw price, 100%. Yes, I know Chameleon Collection is in demand. I know Chameleon Collection looks ever so nice and shiny, with its ever so nice, iridescent, holographic coloration. Oh yes, when you look at it all the various different spots, it looks wonderful. But we have to kind of be aware of this. Custom SMGs, gun demand, low. People are like actively wanting to use custom SMGs all the time. It depends who you are, really, but I'm pretty sure you'd probably prefer to use maybe an MP5 or a Thompson. But yeah, we can see this effect with the likes of a very similar in-demand collection, that being Redemption. So if I just quickly go over to here, Redemption. Unfortunately, as you look at here, that custom SMG isn't doing very good, and there isn't that many on the Steam market. There's 67. So how many of them are below the price it sold for in a Rust Draw? Which was how much again? $3. Okay. there is quite a considerable amount of them below $3. The vast majority, it looks like. So you can clearly see that the actual weapon itself isn't in demand. Low gun demand equals low demand for skins equals lower skin prices. People are competing with each other to sell these for a decent price. So if we saw that here in this collection, which we know is also a very in-demand collection like Chameleon collection, I will sit here and tell you I expect the exact same thing to happen to this. This very likely will be dropping down between $1.50 to $2. So therefore, the price I'm going to offer or suggest to you is $1 to $1.50. That was very straightforward, wasn't it? But I feel confident in sitting there and saying just that. I honestly was hoping to see the revolver or the python or the sap with the revolver. And the python, I thought it was a sap. I remember there was no, never mind. Just shut up. It was Redemption you're thinking of. Anyway, yeah, we got the custom SMG. It's fine. The collection grows stronger if we get more skins. I'm pretty sure Mr. Milho Frito is planning to do deplorables at some point. Deplorables or armor. It's coming. Trust me, it's coming. He's the guy behind 10-bit collection. And you know how big that collection is with all the skins that got accepted. He is confident in doing that. I look forward to it. And even better for our weapons if we do see that happening eventually, which it is going to happen soon. So, yeah, cool. $1 to $1.50 though. Low gun demand. So, issues, problems. Unfortunate, but it is what it is. Scrolling up now, we can go ahead and talk about the likes of the regular skins because we just finished all the abnormals. So, just to reiterate, Cursed Bandana, Pirate SAR, Blackstone AR, these 3 skins are not abnormal. They will only become marketable when the Rust store rotates tomorrow. When there's a brand new Rust store, the links for these will appear. You will then be able to do buy orders in them. So we're now going to go ahead and figure out a decent price to offer for these. And starting with the likes of the bandana, this sold very, very highly. So we've basically already discussed a whole lot in regards to the Cursed set. We just spoke a lot in regards to the Poncho. We've already discussed that there was some new Cursed hide shirt and pants skins being submitted, which you can see right there. So potentially we can see continuations. And of course, with primitive skins, we do still see the likes of a spike in demand and a spike in price when we see new pieces being submitted and, of course, accepted. So, we've already mentioned all of that in regards to the Poncho, but the bandana is more in demand. When we take a look at all the bandanas, right, you might notice that not many of them are doing super great at the moment, but you might notice the black ones. Dragon Rage bandana, Pirate bandana, they're doing good. And how much did they sell? 38,000 and 27,000 bare minimum. So these did very well. Could they have done better? Yeah, if post-Christmas was better, they would have done better. But anyway, point I'm trying to get across to all of you is black bandanas seem to do very well, especially if they have a cool theme to it. And with the likes of this bandana over here, yeah, I think a lot of people do like it. It sold a lot more compared to the likes of the Poncho for a good reason. Well, number 1, cheaper, but number 2, much better, cool looking approach. No random belt on it. And I can see that having a very nice future ahead of it. Staying in demand, a very nice, affordable, very cool looking bandana skin. So, what are we going to want to offer for this? Because could it still go below its Rust store price? Wouldn't be surprised. At some point across the rest of this year, will this go below its Rust store price? I kind of expect it to happen. But if it does remain being in demand and people actively wanting to use it, I mean, like, people could use that with the Legacy Kevlar. I guess it would work. To play it safe, I'm going to sit here and say 60 cents to 80 cents. Yes. I can imagine it probably teeters around $1 for a while. So if you had an 80-cent buy order, at the very least you could sell it and get your money back. Yeah. That'll be very good. So 60 cents to 80 cents. Now, again, everything changes if we do see the likes of the Cursed hide shirt and pants being accepted. And if that does happen, go back to the likes of the bandana and the Poncho, put down a stronger buy order. Because if we potentially see a much bigger primitive collection being produced, all the better for the pre-existing skins that appeared first. Now, at the very beginning of the set, all of those skins will go up in price a lot more compared to all the newer ones, for example. So, I look forward to that. I do. There's a lot of things to be looking forward to tomorrow. But yeah, that's nice. Now we talk about the SAR. SAR did 24,000 sales. Pirate SAR, the very first thing I made mention about was that we could treat this as a budget option compared to the Blackout SAR. Blackout SAR last week was selling for $7. What's it selling for now? $6. Wow, well done post-Christmas. Anyway, that only had 22,500 sales. So the Pirate SAR has more than this. That's immediately a bit of a red flag with me. Now, we do have other options. Nightwatch SAR, which is also a much more affordable and approachable skin. As you can see here, this is sitting here smack dab at $2 basically, and there's only 99 quantity. But with the Pirate SAR, well, it's got like the pirate flag all over it, and I know a lot of people don't seem to be super happy about that because it's not fully black. But at the end of the day, it's yeah, the majority of it is black. Has the useful red aim sight, which you can't clearly see right there because of the lighting. If I go to here, you can clearly see it. Over to here, yeah, you can see that the red bit there. So yes, I could see this being reasonably in demand, but I can't really see it retaining its value all the time because it did sell a lot. I feel like it sold a fair bit too much. So my answer to you in regards to this is I think I'm going to do 90 cents to $1.30. Yes, I could imagine this will retain a decent price, but I can imagine it probably going down to about $1.50, maybe even lower in some instances. I wouldn't be surprised by it. Why not do 90 cents to $1.10? 90 cents to $1.10 probably going to be the best approach then. Yeah, that would be the suggestion I'd offer to you. Because, yeah, I can see it in a position where people want to buy it and use it, and that'd be okay, but I don't know if that's going to be enough, and I don't imagine that's going to be saving it from the potential drop with loads of stock potentially appearing on the Steam market at some point. As time goes on, we'll keep an eye on it, but yeah, a bit awkward. Pirate Collection is doing rather okay. Majority of the skins still in the positive, as you can see here. Some of them could have done a lot better. It's the post-Christmas that was the issue. Are we still going to see more pirate skins? Wouldn't be surprised. Could they all happen to boost the rest of this? It can, it might, but we gotta just see how things like turn out from here on now. But yeah, SAR in demand clearly, but an excessive amount bought, unfortunately. So play it safe. 90 cents to $1.10. And lastly, we have the likes of the Blackstone AR. 70 cents, 90 cents. I don't even have to look at it, right? But I will. I'll be reasonable. It's fine for what it is. It's nice, but it doesn't even have like a red aim sight. Awkward. And then, well, we know we're getting another AK next week, or rather tomorrow, don't we? And then after that, we'll have another AK, and after that, we'll have another AK, and after that, we'll have another AK, and after that, we'll have another AK. And everybody loves a brand new, wonderful, cool-looking AK, don't they? But the problem is every other week, there's going to be another very cool-looking, brand new AK. People aren't loyal to their AK-47s. If there's a new shiny-looking one, dump the old one, get the new one. But then next week, there's going to be another cool-looking one. Dump the old one, get the new one. But then after that, dump the old one, get the... Yeah, it's going to keep repeating. So for out of all of 2023, how many AKs did we get? Too many. Yes, across the board, we have far too many options, and this causes problems for all the newer AKs because they have a very, very, very hard time trying to retain their value. Like I just pointed out to you, loads of people like to dump their old AKs to get the brand new one, which of course leads to instances like this. Pretty much every single AK that exists is in the negative. We got some interesting standout skins that do good due to their appearance, but overall, hardly any skin does that, which is a problem. So, looking at the likes of this AK down here, it doesn't do a good job standing out by itself. It sold a lot more than what I would be prepared for, and I'll be honest with you, I think this might be an instance where we actually go a little bit lower. I think we might want to offer 60 cents to 80 cents, because at some point down the line, there's going to be a lot more AKs, and they're also going to be cheap, and people will be competing to sell their AKs compared to the other cheap AKs, which would mean 60 cents to 80 cents. I know. How many AKs did we see go below $1 this past year? A lot. Honestly, I own a lot of them, and I might just consider just converting all of it into metal, because at least metal has reasonable demand because people want to make weapon barrels. Yep, okay. That's awkward, but just know, that's the first of many, all right? This is the first Rust door. And we're going to have many other Rust doors from here and now throughout 2024. And that AK, unfortunately, won't be special compared to the rest. Unless some sort of weird graphical glitch is found out of this and everybody sadly wants it. But no, I can't imagine that's going to happen. So yeah, that was it. That was the whole batch of skins. Did I do that within a reasonable amount of time? I don't think so. I tried my best. I'm sorry. Okay, cool. So, Rust door tomorrow. What could we potentially see? So, like I've already mentioned, I hope you have taken a look at the likes of my Rust Workshop skin checks, the most recent skins to be submitted. Of course, with every single Rust Workshop skin checks video, I provide you a link for all the newest skins, so you can go through the skins yourself, or in real time, as you're listening to the video, you can go through all of them. Then there's a lovely, interesting batch of skins right there. Some very goofy looking ones, like, copper sheet metal double door. Listen, every single sheet metal double door right now is in the positive. Not a single one is in the negative. that is a perfect potential continuation for the copper collection right there. The first deplorable skin, it's the back of a van. You're Nick, you're getting in, mate. You ain't getting out. You're in jail. So basically, cool looking role player skin right there. That could have some very nice potential to it. Do you like birds? Do you like fish? Do you like potatoes? Yes, you need this in your life. Don't say no. Everybody loves the potato. Then we got the various amounts of tools. We got some cool looking weapons. We could potentially see some cool looking AK. No, we don't. We won't see those AKs. I'll explain in a second. And in regards to all the clothing, lots of very interesting options. But which ones will get picked? Okay. But don't rule out the possibility that we potentially might see some skins from the previous weeks. Remember last week when we looked at all of these other skins and wow, cool, that's nice. Well, that was last week, and I have to point this out. We might be optimistic for the likes of the Legacy Kevlar boots and gloves, but don't forget what it's potentially competing with. Alright? So don't neglect what came out with the previous batch. You can see this in TGG's top picks. It's all on display here as well, as you can see. But yeah, be prepared. Now, what time will the Rust Store come out tomorrow? I will be brutally honest with you, because it's not a forced wipe. It could come out at any time from like 7 o'clock in the evening, UK time, till midnight. There are no guaranteed times. You just turn up and we just wait. That's why I stream on that day. I just sit there and go, hey guys, how you doing? And then we just scream at each other. It's a normal, wonderful tradition that we do every single week. So, yeah, it might happen a bit later. The usual time is like between 8 to 10 o'clock in the evening UK time. But it's any time from like 6 o'clock in the evening to midnight. And yeah, cool, that's it. That's all I can say. I'm very sorry, but I will be streaming tomorrow. Look at the description of this video. You'll see a link to my Twitch. Or keep an eye out. I'll also be streaming on YouTube. Right, so Rust Store tomorrow. What are we aware of? So tomorrow is Trust and Rust. It all kicks off. We have a special event taking place on Twitch. It's going to go on between the likes of the 13th of January to the 20th. Many people are taking part. Consider watching it all. It's kicking off in about 3 days' time. Now, what we are aware of are these 4 skins. These 4 skins are in tomorrow's Rust Store, for sure. So if you don't remember, if we go back to the early Rust Stores of 2023, we had a Trust and Rust Store for the January 12 Rust Store, if you can remember. We have these charity skins. They are not tradable, they are not marketable, and they sell for a higher price, but it's all for a good cause. For this year, it's for cancer research, so please consider buying some of these skins. It's all for a good cause. So yeah, this was last year's skins. We had a fridge, we had a tier 3 armor, and we had a double sheet with a door. They sold actually very nicely. But what we also saw was a selection of skins that came out with it. So this is the expected style of Rust Store that we are going to see tomorrow. We're going to have 4 charity skins and then a batch of other skins. But my answer to you is, because we know that we are going to have 2 deplorables and 2 weapons, I'm fairly confident we're going to have some pretty interesting clothing options. Now you might sit there and say, Hedge, would we be a bit worried for the very cool looking skins, you know, the skins that we crave the most, Legacy Kevlar for example, because maybe Face Punch doesn't want too many sales to go on to the other skins compared to the charity skins? I'll be honest with you, it's January, loads of people playing regardless, so I don't think they're going to worry too much. But based on what we already have, I am looking forward to the idea of seeing quite a decent amount of clothing / armor skins being accepted tomorrow. And then don't forget, of course, with the store skins, we do have generic drops. So please be aware of this. As the event takes place, to get the generic drops, you have to watch people who aren't actually involved in the event. Just watch someone who's streaming Rust. You could watch me if you want. You could get those skins. Simple as. And of course, we have the likes of the streamer drops. If you watch Hedge for 9 hours, you get the SAR skin, you'll get the MP5 skin, and you'll get that face mask. And if you watch Blueprint for 3 hours, you get the special Blueprint hunting bow. Scroll down a little bit more. So we've got the captain's drops. So as you can see from here, there's many different captains because there's a lot of teams taking place. And from what you can see here, just watch any of these people and you will be able to get these skins. You watch at least 12 hours of any captain and it all adds up. No, 8 hours, sorry. So 2 hours, 4 hours, 6 hours, 8 hours. It all adds up in parallel with each other. 8 hours, and then you get the likes of that. So 8 hours watching any of these people. And then you also have the actual participants in the teams. Loads more people to select from here. Yes, 8 hours watching anyone from here. It will all build up to the point where you can get all of them up to the table. So there's loads of Twitch drops. And, of course, a lovely selection of Rust Store skins. These are going to come out tomorrow, and they will disappear by the next Rust store. But the likes of all of these other skins, they disappear as of the 20th. And if you ever so wish, there is actually a collection of all the skins here in the workshop, and you can see these skins right now if you so wish. So if you have like a special server set up, you can take a look at all of these skins right now in the game. Yep, glow-in-the-dark deplorables, very nice and very cool. And the Thompson with a very cool looking futuristic / old style with the useful light blue aim sight. And we have the Time Travel AK, which is the exact same thing with the ever so nice, cool looking light blue aim sight. So, yeah, that will probably sell for about $5. Same as the Thompson, same as the large box, same as the sheepment door. That is the expected price because, of course, it's all for charity. So, you know, if you like it, buy it. So, you know, support the charity. It's cancer research. So, yeah, if you hate cancer, buy an AK. It makes sense, I'm sure. Okay. Imagine if you told that to Americans. Right, so, yeah, that's it, basically. That's everything. So if you really want to, you could go look at my previous list from the last week for a good idea of what potentially could get picked from. But like I said, you could just look at TGG's top picks. So that's currently available now. It doesn't have a video this week, unfortunately. Not sure what went down. But, yeah, that's it. So could it be something from here? Could it be something from the recent batch of skins? We don't know, but we'll find out. But I will say this, for the past 2 Rust stores, we have had a bit of a trend where one random skin was actually submitted like a long time ago. So the most recent one was the Pirate SAR that was actually submitted on the workshop 4 months ago. And if you look at the previous Rust store over here, the Thompson was actually submitted 3 months ago. So I would expect another very random pick to be in tomorrow's Rust store as well, if we do see that. But it very likely will just mostly consist of early picks and typical picks, with the one random, like, extra late pick. Cool. So, anything else, chat? Anything else? What price point are we targeting for Legacy Kevlar? Low circ? Oh, buddy. Throughout all of this past week, it's been like that. Hey, Hedge, you know that thing you talked about 30 minutes ago? What was the answer? You've only just turned up. I know. It's fine. It's fine. It's happened so much. Just getting really. No, you did that on purpose. I know you've been hiding. Chat's doing this on purpose now as well. Sorry, YouTube. I know you had a whole bunch of questions to ask, but I just did a video there. And yeah, of course, you know, I do this every single week. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and we're going to skip ahead. Oh, wow. I've only got 10 minutes. How long did I talk for? Chat, you made me do this. You didn't stop me. All right, okay, I guess I'll take a 10-minute break and then we'll. I'm going to skip ahead. Come on, let's go. Right then, people, here we are, we've returned. I had a very lovely break, screaming at people for another 10 minutes, and here we are. Legacy Kevlar pants, how many barders are we going to see in a split second? 4,000. What a lovely number to see. Definitely legitimate, 100%. And then we have the hoodie, and the hoodie has 9,600. Oh yes, lovely, lovely, lovely. Exquisite. Oh yes. Then we have the black Gold L96. Yes indeed, here we are. Got the Hardsuit Jacket. Custom SMG. Nuts. I refreshed and I couldn't get it down fast enough. And then if we quickly hop over to here, I want to put down a stronger builder afterwards because I kind of waited a little bit too long. I'll go with 77. Yep. Pirate large box. There's Poncho. Right, some skins are going to take longer than others, so what we'll do is we'll skip ahead now and we'll proceed to talk about the abnormal barter support. So, Right, gentlemen, it's been 30 minutes and we're back here now, and as you can see, some prices have appeared on SCM app, but we're now going to go ahead and take a look at the buy order support and see how well these skins are holding up. Do they look to be perfectly fine things to consider buying? And to no surprise, here's the Legacy Kevlar hoodie, 12,000 requests to buy, and it's got buy orders going way above the price it's currently selling for in the Rust store. This is in the Rust store right now for $1.99, but we have buy orders going all the way up to $2.26. What? Well, some people do have to pay extra tax if they were to buy straight from the Rust store. So don't be surprised in the slightest that people have made some buy orders like this, because it still works out cheaper compared to what they're doing if they were to buy from the Rust Steam, the actual Rust store here. So anyway, that is looking to be perfectly fine and potentially retaining its value, don't you think? Yeah, there's a lot of support here. Now, you might sit there and say, Hedge, this already has 138 listings. Yeah, I do see that, but just remember, there's a lot of people that do this. They will list a ton of their skins, but at a higher price. So by default, a lot of people will see this. That's what normal people see. Only those 5 listings now think, oh no, there's too much, it's all ruined. No, get an extension like I've mentioned. Steam Inventory Helper is a good example, and as you can see, 111111172221109. Yeah, that's what it looks like for now. And don't forget, gradually as time goes on throughout the rest of these next 7 days, everybody who bought these skins, well, little by little, all the people will gradually be able to list their skins on the Steam market. This is exactly what happened to the likes of Legacy Kevlar Kilt. So, depends on what time you bought it the previous week, but the next week, that's when you can list it, and, well, every midnight in the UK, you're going to see more and more appearing, but they might get bought out during the day, much like what happened to Legacy Kevlar Kilt. So, we'll find out how it rolls out. But if you wanted to buy something from this current Rust store and hope it retains its value, that hoodie is a great start. That is definitely looking like it's going to hold its value at the very least. Will it be a great profit? We'll find out. But if we do see the likes of those Legacy Kevlar boots and gloves being accepted tomorrow, it will definitely give it a wonderful start, a wonderful boost. Now we can go take a look at the pants, and it's basically the exact same thing. Barter's pushing all the way above $2.20 and beyond, and then we have the likes of these listings here. And yeah, same output, same layout, loads of thin listings here, then it's 120 at $5 above. Cool, so it's up to you people. Both the hoodie and pants do look perfectly fine to consider buying. And then we have the likes of Black Gold L96. This is currently in the Rust store for $2.49. It has no buy orders going close to that. So the bulk of the buy orders, from what you can see here, they're basically around $1. That's it, just around $1. That is it. We did discuss this. Gun demand is definitely an issue in regards to L96s. Yes, it's part of a well-established collection. Doesn't matter. If the gun demand is low, then where's the justification and wanting to buy skins? Therefore, well, the price isn't very likely going to hold, is it? So, yep, buy orders are around basically 80 cents to $1.10, like we suggested. This is definitely going to go below its Rust store price. I don't imagine it's going to retain its price. It's going to be a bit of an issue, I'm afraid. Now, it might not happen immediately, like I said, but once we get to around springtime, do not be surprised at all when it's low. Do not be surprised at all, okay? Moving on with the likes of the Pirate Large Box. This is doing a little bit better compared to the L96. Part of a well-established collection. Sold for $2.49 as well, currently in the Rust store. Bulk of the buy orders seems to be around $1. Then we've got a decent amount slightly above $1 up to $1.50, but it does kind of cool off at around there. At the moment, highest buy order is $2. I'll be honest with you, wouldn't be surprised that over the course of the next 12 hours, we very likely might see some more buy orders pushing up to $2. And like I said, if we do see more Pirate Deplorable skins being accepted, that will have a nice boost in demand, boost in price. It didn't sell that much. 15,000 plus is okay. In the grand scheme of things, it's not even that crazy in terms of sales. And we did prove that earlier when we made some comparisons to all the other large box skins. So he's okay. He's cool. And if you want to consider trying to get a hold of him, you could just put down a $2 buy order. Wouldn't be surprised if you eventually pick one of these up for a cheaper price like that. So save yourself 50 cents. Do a buy order if you want to. Then we've got the Cursed Poncho. Lots to discuss in regards to that. If we do see the hide shirt and pants, I would definitely come back here and do a stronger buy order. But for this $2 skin, I do not expect it to retain its value. Many buy orders are around 70 cents to 90 cents, but we only kind of really see a fair few above $1. So, yes. It all depends on what we see next. If we don't see any more skins, I wouldn't be surprised I would not be surprised if this goes below $1. Like, wouldn't be surprised at all. At the moment, only listings are $4 each, but give it some time. When more people are able to sell theirs, you'll probably see a lot more appearing on here. So again, over the course of these next few weeks, will we see cursed hide shirt and pants? We'll find out. Hardsuit Jacket, well, this is $2. We had quite a decent amount to discuss with this. It has too much sales in comparison to the rest of the collection. And when I questioned, okay, so where exactly are you going to want to wear this in-game and whatnot? By default, it's an okay skin for what it is. You know, it's all nice and metallic. Hey, you could probably even dress up like a knight if you want to. But in short, I don't imagine it's going to do okay enough. Jacket skins aren't exactly rare. Wouldn't be surprised if we see some more being accepted at some point this year. And, well, with the Hardsuit Jacket, I can't help but feel like it's going to suffer. It's going to struggle at some point. And, well, with the barders that we have now, we're between 70 cents to 90 cents. Not too surprised to see that. And then we've got a decent amount slightly above $1. But overall, I am not 100% convinced he's going to do a decent job retaining its value. It is what it is. But it sold a lot. Congratulations, Shedmon, for doing a decent amount of sales. But in terms of retaining value, it's going to be a struggle. So, no, you could just put down like a $1.50 barter, save yourself 50 cents, pick this up for $1.50. I wouldn't be surprised if you pull it off pretty quickly. So, yeah, it's not going to retain its value. Then with the likes of the Custom SMG, the Chameleon Custom SMG, this is also selling for $2.50. And, well, yeah, vast majority of the barders around $1 and slightly above. Got a decent amount pushing up to $1.50 and above, but it kind of stops just before $2. So the issue is what we're well aware of. It's a very nice, cool-looking skin, part of a well-established, well-liked collection. But when it comes to the likes of custom SMGs, it's the gun demand issue. Yeah, it's gun demand issue. So people aren't actively wanting to use it. People aren't actively going to be wanting to use skins of it. Therefore, it's going to be a bit of a struggle to sell these skins. This will be going below its retail price. I would not be surprised in the slightest. Unless we somehow see some sort of update where they change around the power of some of these SMGs, I don't imagine this is going to be going crazy anytime soon. But we can wait and look forward to things like that, can't we? Anyway, Custom SMG, it's around the position I was expecting. But yeah, if you really wanted this, you could just put down like a $2 barter. Wouldn't be surprised in the slightest if you pick this up for around that price. You know, save yourself some money. But yeah, the current position it's in, it's not going to retain its value. So that's it. We basically talked about everything. So the only things that in this current position I would consider buying are these two skins. They seem to be perfectly fine. They seem to have more than enough interest. So that would be the option. Now, if you're looking at this, if you're watching this very video on the Thursday, you know, it might be during the day then, take a look at them then. There might be some more listings. The price might be down a little bit lower. But the main thing, right, that's going to really kick it into gear is if we get the likes of those boots and gloves being accepted. Much like what we saw with last week, if you see an immediate new skin for Legacy Kevlar, yeah, it's going to have a great start. And do you know what we didn't do? We could take a look at the kilt right about now, because, you know, we had about 500 quantity of the kilt a little bit earlier. How much does it have now? Is it still the same? It's still basically the same, yeah. So we had our little discussion earlier talking about, 54. What are you doing? What are you doing? Oof. See, if we get those boots and gloves tomorrow, his Haskell's just going to evaporate. Whoever this is, you're not smart. I hope it's not someone who's watching me right now. We had a very, very good discussion on this, but yeah, it's now going down to $4. Doesn't necessarily mean it's doomed. If those boots and gloves appear, well, it's gone. All those cheaper ones are gone, because it very likely will be going higher. Maybe not immediately, but eventually. Oh yes, it will. So, okay, so that's basically everything. So like I said, I don't expect an early rust or rotation tomorrow. As you can see, with great thanks to pending, I am now above my maximum Steam wallet. I've been making some decent amount of sales, I guess you could say. So I just do this real quickly. Event filter, lot bought, show 100. Yeah, I've been making some sales. It's not hard to sell skins. It's just the prices didn't go up in price insanely. But yeah, I've done a decent effort. I've managed to sell a whole bunch. And I can't stop myself. I'll keep doing it. No, I can't do it anymore. I've got maximum Steam wallet. So I had all of these listings still, and the pending finally came through. So I'm definitely going to go up even higher. But yeah, that's one way in which pending can be a nice benefit to all of you. So these skins will be here tomorrow, but what will accompany them? Remember, these are going to be fairly pricey, around $5 a piece. That is the expectation. But what extra skins do you reckon we're going to see? Feel free to comment below. And with that, Will we see some skins from the top picks list? Will we see... Well, this one too. Or will we... no, I deleted it. Go away, go back. Will we see some newer skins? Skins that literally just appeared over the past weekend. Could we see some things out of here? We shall see. I will personally vouch for the likes of a double door. You know, some whiteout clothing couldn't hurt. I'm just saying. You could also do the cursed clothing as well. I would also like to see Paisley. I'm just basically mentioning all the continuations. Yeah, I'm an investor. What do you expect? But yeah, Legacy Kevlar, come on, come to us. We need you. Will we see that trend continue? Will we see them being accepted immediately? And so with that, we're done. We're done with the video. So, yeah, look in the description of this video. If you want to be able to sit here and take part in one of my streams when we're waiting for the skins, Twitch link will be there, or you can follow me on the YouTube and you'll be able to see me when I start streaming. But the expectation is some point between 7 o'clock in the evening to midnight in the UK. We just don't know a guaranteed time. We just know 100% it's Thursday. Yeah! That's the answer. That is the answer that we have. That's all we have. So are you excited for the first CS2 case tomorrow? Buddy, I've got all my money nice and ready for it. I've got all of my money nice and ready for it. I've been selling a decent amount of Rust skins. I'm prepared. Are you? Ooh. But that's not affiliated too much with Rust. But yeah, I'm investing into other economies. You shouldn't be surprised by that. Right then, case tomorrow. Look what you've gone and done now. Now they think it's actually happening. Chat, don't listen to him. He's just trying to play you, right? He's tricking you. There's a very decent chance we could have a new case at some point anytime soon from here on now, but don't instantly assume it's definitely going to happen. So yeah, hopefully things could pick up with the likes of the Counter-Strike economy, and hopefully it could also affect the likes of the Rust economy in a positive way, because both economies are down at the moment, both of them. Don't just assume Rust and CS are bad. But Rust isn't bad, it's just normal. It just didn't have an insane time. It's sad, but what are you going to do? Anyway, that's it. We're all good. That's all done. So I'll catch you all later tomorrow. Well, later tomorrow. Technically, it is the 11th for me at the moment. But yeah, I will see you during the stream. Feel free to hop in and ask questions. Just know if I'm recording something, I might ignore you. I don't mean that on purpose. I'm just saying, I just had to do it today. I've had a lot of people ask me questions whilst I'm trying to talk. I don't blame them, but yeah, anyway. Catch you later. See you, goodbye.